Hello and welcome, lovely Splatoon community. It is me, Rex. Today I am making, as you may have guessed, my very first commentary video, so please don't be too harsh if I mess up some small things. First of all, let's get a little bit to myself as a player. At this point of time, I'm in fact the backliner of the team Pelagos, which is a German Division 1 team. In general, I play a huge variety of weapons. No matter if it's Slayer, midline or backline, I just like them all. But the weapons that I like the most, which is a very known fact, are of course the chargers. That should be enough of me as a person, but if still some questions persist, don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section down below. So finally, let's get to the video itself. Today I'm gonna show and explain my main charger set, since it is a bit more on the exotic side of things than the most usual sets for one particular reason. So, as you can see, it contains the ability Comeback, which is commonly used on slaying weapons or very aggressive midline weapons such as the Splattershot Pros. Many have already wondered and asked me, why do I use such an ability on a backline weapon, more particularly the Splat Charger family? The reason is following: since I have this ability, the enemies need to consider if they want to kill me, since I get when I respawn 4 subs of following abilities: Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, Ink Recovery Up, Run Speed Up, Swim Speed Up, and here the whole reason why I'm using Comeback. I also get 4 subs of Special Charge. All this ability will last for 20 seconds. So with these 4 subs of Special Charge, I have a total of 1 pure and 1 sub Special Charge up. This allows me to get my Stingray incredibly fast, which is sadly very crucial and game deciding in Splatoon 2. At the end, I only need 187 points for my raid to be ready. Without any special charge, you would need 220 points to get your Stingray, which is a whole lot. And that 1 sub of Special Saver speeds this up even more, since you lose less special after respawning. And this, my people, is the whole point why I use Comeback on Splat Chargers. It's pretty simple, right? So, some of you may wonder now, why do you need this when you're not supposed to die very much as a backline? So the answer to this is, compared to others, I play chargers very aggressive. And because of that, I die a bit more than you would expect from a backline. That's why Comeback proves as really useful for me. Now to the rest of my gear, which should be pretty self-explanatory to many of you. The other 2 subs on my headgear are Super Jump Up and Ink Resistance Up. That 1 sub of Super Jump Up allows me to jump out roughly 10% quicker, which is really huge. You could use more, but 1 sub is totally enough for me, personally. And I also have 1 sub of Ink Resistance Up, which gives me a bit more mobility in enemy ink if I come to step into it. Okay, so we're finally done with my headgear. Now we are moving to the rest of my gear, which is way easier to explain. So I hope I don't need to explain the special charge part of my shirt, because this is more than just self-explanatory, since the values that I mentioned earlier are calculated with this main of special charge. The faster you have Ray, the better. That's sadly how it works. I really dislike Ray because it is in fact the most broken special in this game, let's be honest here. It's just so boring to play. So let's leave that out of the way, and now moving on to my 3 subs of main power up on my shirt. These raise your damage of a full charge from 160 to a total of 168, which is just enough to one-shot a regular Brella shield. Without these 3 subs of main power up, the Brella shield would be left over with just a few HP. This is pretty useful since Brella players are not that rare to see in the current meta. They are not used as much as earlier, so you could technically switch these 3 subs depending on your preferences, but having that bit of extra damage on a partial charge and a full charge always prove as useful if you ask me. Now last but not least, the shoes. Object Shredder is on these for one main reason. The reason is that you can break armors with your ray just by basically swiping over the enemies. But this ability also brings some very useful side effects, such as popping the Raymaker faster, easier and quicker shredding of enemy ballers, etc. The last 3 subs, which are all special power up, increase the duration of the Stingray by roughly 0.6 seconds, which proves very useful in a lot of situations. And yeah, that's about it. I hope I didn't do too bad in explaining my gear. As mentioned in the beginning, if you found something unclear or some questions still persist, ask in the comment section down below. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want more of such content. If so, let me know what I should do or talk about in the next video. But this can take a while since I can be very lazy from time to time. Alrighty then, that's it from my side. Have a good day and see you in the next one. Peace out.